Hello everybody, my name is Daddy and I am learning how to law. If you were just tuning in, if you just watched the short, you saw that I have a gnarly sunburn going on my back. It's crazy itchy right now. It kept me up all night. Basically, the sleep that I got, I was either on fire or things were crawling on me or I just, a bunch of, I can't say bad dreams, they were just different, weird dreams, but that's okay. So, sorry. I'm trying to think about how I'm going to do this video real quick. So, what it's going to be about is very basically Doordash. So, my channel is, I'm trying to teach you that you have rights. Here, these are the rights that I know of. Here's where you can go find them. There are more, and I'm going to show you where to find those as well. But, right, I'm going to show you where you can find a list of all the rights that you have. And then I'm basically just trying to give you real life examples to show you that this is still happening. And here's my examples that I have because it's happening to me or my family or people that I know, right? And you all should be aware of it because if it's happening to me, then it's happening to you. Okay, so that said, I'm going to show you now a bunch of pictures that are very basically just Doordash is stealing from us. One of the ways that they're stealing from us, because I put out 2 videos about the same subject already. If you haven't seen those, go watch those. A 40-minute-ish video with multiple examples, but it's just one example of each. And then the last video that I put out yesterday is very specifically, here's this example, or here's Doordash is stealing from us in this manner. And then here are multiple examples to prove what I'm saying, because again, I caught it last night, and I caught it from a few days ago, and these happened to me specifically, so I'm requesting my money back, and I'm also requesting that anyone else who sees this, that you guys check your stuff and just verify that you're not also having your tips and your fees stolen from you. Now, that being said, the fee that we're going to discuss today, right now in this video, sorry, I'm hiding in the bathroom across the house because, again, I have a very deep voice and I'm not trying to wake up anybody. I'm still whispering, and I swear it sounds like I'm booming in the bathroom, but, what was I going to say? Okay, this video right now, very specifically, I'm going to show you that the fee that I'm speaking about is the out-of-bounds delivery fee. We are supposed to get this 100% because we the delivery drivers are basically going from point A to point B. Now, I'm going to use my hand as an example. So this is the hand with the messed up thumb, so I can't bend it proper just yet. It's super cold right now, and it's just, I overused it the other day, okay? So bear with me. I'm trying to rehab it right now. Oh, yeah, look at that. So sexy. Look at that bend. Oh. Anyways, pretend that is the, okay, so pretend the light is the zone, okay? Any delivery made inside of the zone, you get no extra charges for, right? Because you're already getting the service fee and you're already getting the delivery fee right now. If you were to deliver anywhere outside of that zone, so anything out here, right? Anything that's not inside the light specifically. Sorry I'll try not to do that to you anymore, okay? So anyone, so it shows in the reflection, right? Anyone that is inside the light, right, you just get the standard delivery fee, which we dashers do not get any part of, and you get the service fee, right? And I'll show you the picture when I go into the next part of the video, okay? But just give me 1 second, okay? So if you deliver inside the light, right, inside the zone, then you just get the regular delivery fee and service fee. If you deliver anywhere outside of that, so anywhere that is not the light, so any other part of the ceiling, right, like, okay, then you get a out-of-bounds delivery fee attached to you if you are a customer. And we delivery drivers are supposed to get that 100% because we delivery drivers are the ones who are driving out of bounds. Again, we're basically a courier service, so if you go and you order within the zone, you just get the standard delivery fee and service fee. If you deliver anywhere outside of that zone, right, anywhere that's not inside the circle, then you have to pay extra, right, because our people have to go extra. Our people have to go out of their way, and then they have to come all the way back with no pay, right? So we're paying them for that return trip because they're not going to make any money otherwise. Okay, so that's why it is 100% guaranteed to us, and it has been. And like I said, like I know about this because I used to be on the Doordash Council. You can Google that. There's still information about that. Again, the Doordash Council is just a group of people who got together to look out for your benefit, to make sure that you, the Dashers, were not getting taken advantage of. There's another council for restaurants specifically, where restaurant owners can go ahead and gather together, and they can give their input on, okay, this is what's going on in our stores. This is how we can change it. This is what we need to do. Blah 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 blah. Right? So it's not just, there's a Doordash council. There's a restaurant. I forget what that is. It's like RAC. That's the abbreviation I want to say. I might be wrong. I'm not a restaurant owner. I'm not a part of that one. So that one it just went over my head basically. I just know that there is a restaurant version. Okay. But again, former Doordash council member. So I used to be the one who helped make the rules and regulations what they were, because we would give our input, and then Doordash would take our input and they would go based off of our input, right? So again, the fees specifically that I'm about to show you right now are the out of bounds fees. I'm going to show you a picture of what it looks like when you are out of bounds and you try and get a delivery, because it tells you very specifically that you're out of bounds and you won't get a delivery until you drive back into the delivery zone. Now, this is important to know because DoorDash, their business model is, we're going to structure it as a proximity-based order zone. So if you are within the zone, just within the structured zone, then you're guaranteed to at least get orders. But in the pictures that you're going to see, the red spots within the zone are designated hot spots. And the closer you are to the little flame part that's in the middle of the red spot, the closer you are to that designated hotspot, and you are guaranteed priority, because again, we are proximity based. So you will literally see Dashers fighting to get into the closest parking space because they're going to get the first order over the person next to them, right? Because I'm 10 feet away from the machine and you are now 12 feet away from the machine. Ha 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 ha, right? I'm going to get the order before you, right? You'll see people like with their phones on the dash of their car, right, refreshing every couple seconds trying to get orders, because it's proximity based. Again, if I can get my phone 1 foot closer than the person next to me, I'm going to get the order. There's one lady specifically who will walk in to the Panda Express here in Lewiston behind the counter. She's not an employee, but she'll walk behind the counter and she will basically act like an employee and go get management's help, and she will bypass all kinds of people who have been waiting in line 10-15 minutes to get help because they're so slammed they're not helping us Dashers, right? Like, I'm sorry, long tangent, right? Okay, sorry. Back to the pictures. Let me show you the pictures. This is about out of bounds delivery fees. I'm so sorry. Sorry, it's early. I just woke up. Got to keep myself on track. Okay, I'm sorry. My wife was joking about this yesterday. This is my last little tangent. I'm probably going to make something about this in a video of mine. I mentioned that, okay, this is going to be short and sweet, and then it proceeded to be like a 40+ minute video that I was talking about, where I gave you all the examples, right? Very detailed examples, but I gave you all the examples. So she joked about how nothing about me is short and sweet, like, ever. Like, no, I don't know the meaning of the definition of, right? Like, no. So short and sweet doesn't apply with me. So I apologize if I get on a tangent. You need to text something in the comments and let me know, okay? But the pictures I'm going to show you start with the out of bounds delivery fee, because you need to see what it looks like when we are out of bounds, how we are not going to get deliveries, because again, we are proximity based. The picture that follows that are going to be a few pictures of other Dashers in other markets who have sent me their pictures of service fees and delivery fees in their market. Again, we do not get any of this, but it's basically DoorDash is making no less than $15 off of these fees, and that's every single delivery. And again, we do not get a single penny of that. And then on top of that, the last picture I'm going to show you before I give you my examples of what my fee is here in Lewiston, I'm going to show you that they are in fact charging people what is a delivery fee, right? An actual delivery fee. So that's what's supposed to pay for our out of bounds delivery fee. We again are supposed to get that 100%, and DoorDash is no longer giving me that. I don't know if they're doing the same to you, but again, that's why you need to be aware of what's going on. So let's go take a look. All right, everybody. So here's the picture that I promised. Again, when you are out of here, let me show you the picture of the zone real quick. Hold on. So when you are out of bounds, right? Again, I just finished a delivery. Okay, I was sent 15 to 20 minutes out of bounds. So in order to get back into, in order to be able to make money, I have to get within that red line, right? Because that's the boundary for the zone. And then all those flames that I told you about, those are the different hot spots. So if I want to get priority, I have to basically get as close to one of those flames as I possibly can. Otherwise, DoorDash is going to give it to somebody else and not to me. Okay, so let me go back into this, and this is what you see if you are out of bounds and you try and get a delivery. Looks like you're too far for delivery. That means that DoorDash knows that there are other people closer and that these orders can go to them. We're not going to give it to you because you, for some reason or another, you're outside of the delivery zone. We don't know why you're outside the delivery zone, but we're not going to prioritize you, okay? That's their excuse, even though they knowingly just sent you there, okay? But again, that's why we're supposed to get this right here, the expanded range fee. Because if you go and you deliver outside of the zone, you are guaranteed extra money. Because again, we are independent contractors. We, delivery drivers, do not work for DoorDash. We work with DoorDash. We are essentially a private courier service, right? We will take your goods and service. Like if somebody ordered this we have to take this from point A to point B. Okay, whatever store they ordered it from, right? Because it doesn't just have to be restaurants. I literally picked up from a cosmetology shop here the other day. First time that's ever happened for me before. That was kind of cool. But big heavy bags of very big bottles of shampoo and conditioner, right? That was crazy. It was a several $100 order, and it was like I think it was like $3 tip, which that blew my mind. But I was thankful because I didn't know that place existed, so I could in theory go sit in that parking lot now if I want. But again, if it's not a hot spot, then I actually won't get an order. Sorry, tangent again. Expanded range fee, we're supposed to get that because again, we're a courier service. If we deliver inside the zone, then DoorDash will charge you these fees right here. The delivery fee and the service fee. So in this market, again, someone else sent this to me. This is one of the cheaper markets. The delivery fee that customers get charged is $4.99 just to take the food from the restaurant to your house. They're going to get charged a delivery fee. They're also going to get charged a service fee because you're using our app, you're using whatever app to make your food, and we have to contact a dasher, or right, like we have to pay for customer service to contact people and to operate our computers, right? That's what the service fee is technically for. Again, we delivery drivers do not get any part of that. Okay, we get goose egged on that. So in this, $15 in fees before tipping is absurd. I agree with you 100%. Yes, that's just in your market though. Now let's move over. Okay, in this market, they're slightly more expensive. That market, instead of a $4.99 delivery fee, it's 50 cents more. So they're basically paying $5.50 in this market, and then instead of paying a basically a $9 delivery fee, they're now paying a $12 delivery fee. So this market is charging $17.50 for the same delivery, basically, right? Now this is all within the zone because you didn't see anything like an expanded range fee. So this is just a normal delivery. This is just a normal delivery. These could quite literally be right next door to the restaurant that they ordered from, but the people just don't want to go get it for whatever reason. That does happen. It makes me laugh when that happens, but it happens, right? But again, this is a more expensive market. They just got charged $17.50. That $17.50, we delivery drivers, we do not make that, right? Like we don't get any of that. Okay, so this person's subtotal went from $63 all the way up to $92. That's almost $30 extra because of DoorDash. This one, oh, and that doesn't even count. See how on pad Thai noodles it's $16.95. The one below that $17.95, $18.95, $9.25. DoorDash, essentially what they will do is they will go and buy these items from the store. So That pad Thai noodles might only be $10. The yellow curry, $10. The pad CU, $10. The Thai rolls, $7, right? DoorDash will go and add the additional $5, $7, however much extra you see here than it is in their app, that they're charging extra, right? So again, us delivery drivers, we don't get any of that. So let's just say that each of these items is an extra $5. They just made $20 extra because we delivered their food for them, right? Like, they didn't cook the food, they didn't deliver the food, but they just made $20 extra just off of the food itself, and an additional $17.50 in fees. So they made $37.50 off of us when they did absolutely nothing, right? So this next picture shows that this is right before you get to the service fee and the delivery fees. This is just showing that they are in fact charging still expanded range fees. So again, if you are getting a delivery outside of the zone, you have to pay extra. So this person see how the subtotal says $29.45? That's before the delivery fee and service fee get added on here. They're just adding the expanded range fee and just letting you know that it's gonna, because it's outside of the zone, you're gonna have to pay this as well. Do you agree? Yes or no, right? So again, this expanded range fee, this is what we are supposed to get 100%. In Lewiston, Idaho, we are supposed to get $2 or more. Reason for that is because this is the base pay. We're basically a mountain town. So it literally is like you're going from one delivery at the top of the hill to one delivery at the bottom of the hill, right? Restaurants at the top of the hill, you got to go down the bottom of the hill, you got to go out to a different country, cross 2 bridges, right? Like you got to go across this river, across that river, right? You got to go up another mountain to make a delivery, right? Like that's why we get extra to pay to deliver out here, because we have to have a good vehicle. It's a mountainous terrain. There's a lot of very tricky deliveries out here. Okay. But again, we are supposed to get, oh no, that's the wrong way. $2 bonus for leaving your zone, 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 right? Zone exit bonus, $2. Let's see, $2 bonus for leaving your zone, right? Zone exit bonus, $2. So again, DoorDash is supposed to give us this is owed to us, right? $2 bonus for leaving your zone. In my area, right? In that one, where's it at? Hold on, let me find it for you real quick. Right, so see that lit up area, that pink area, right? How before it was just the red outline, but now it's the pink zone, because that is the targeted zone. That's, if you're inside the circle, right, then you get just those regular service and delivery fees. But if you're outside that pink zone, anywhere outside that pink zone, then you get the expanded range fees, and DoorDash is going to charge you for them, as I showed you already. So if DoorDash charges you for it, like I said, we get 100% of that, because that's our fee. That's not their fee, that's our fee. So here's my evidence of my deliveries from last night that I caught. I still have to go through them all, but I'm just going to show you a few of them, because I don't want the video going to be like 30 minutes. So I'll just do a quick little slideshow. And so give me 1 second. All right, so here's one of my last ones from the night. Now you can see that we just delivered outside of the zone. That's why we're so far to the right. So I'm going to start from the back, and I'm going to go forward, because as you can see, we finished our night delivering again outside of the zone over in Clarkston. Okay, so that's one delivery. All right, here's the evidence of that. I literally just finished dropping off for Trinity. Hold on. Okay, this doesn't show her address, but it shows her tip, because again, she recognized that we were delivering way outside of the zone, so she was very thankful for that. But again, that's $2 that DoorDash stole from us so far. Here's the one from right before, so here's another $2 that DoorDash stole from us. Let me go to that screen for you. Oh, my bad. So it's a double delivery, so it could be anywhere from $2 to $4 actually, but I know that at least $2 should have been given to me, because at least one of those was in fact outside of the zone. So again, right now we're up to two deliveries stolen, $2 fees, so that's $4 total. Okay, here's the proof for that. Again, the $4 tip down at the bottom verifies that the last screen I just showed you showed the $4 tip, the 2 orders, and then again, you can see way out to the right we had a deliverer out there. So again, that's 2 different deliveries we were stolen from. Okay, here's the third one. I didn't take a screenshot because the next order came through so quick, but I can show you the beginning part of it. She was right on the edge of the zone, so this is number 3. We got a $2 tip. We came from way on the other side of the other town to way at the top of our town. So again, $2 was taken from us here, so that's 3 fees stolen from us so far. Let me pause and show you the previous screen real quick. Okay, so we had been delivering all day, but for this offer, we had only gotten a $2 tip. So thank you again for your tip. You didn't have to give us anything. But as you can see right here, we had to deliver way to the top of our city, which is outside the zone. So this is the third one that we got. So again, right here, this is when the order came in at 7:38. And it was 6 miles that we had to deliver to, and again, we had to deliver to the very top of the zone, right outside the zone. So this is number 3. Okay, a little earlier in the day, you can see very clearly we're pretty far outside the zone. This would be number 4. Let me go back for you real quick. Again, because we are outside the zone, our customer made sure to tip accordingly. I appreciate you for your tip. Thank you very much. This is also one of my regulars too. So the family, as soon as they know it's me, they usually send a decent tip. So again, I appreciate you because you all don't have to tip, but you do, and I thank you. Okay. Here is the proof of that. The tip is the same as the previous screen. So again, this screen always shows you where your tips are. So in the last video, I showed you how our tips are getting stolen and how you can verify what your tip is always going to be right here. So before you get to the end, when you complete your delivery, you know what your tip at the very least is going to be. So if your tip does not say the same as it did on the previous screen I just showed you, it was $5.30 on the previous screen, and Savannah gave us $5.30 on this screen, right? It all matched, so thank you, right? But again, if it does not match, that means your tip was stolen. Okay, 1 sec, right? And then here's the beginning of that. Next one after this. Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry. So I had a double check. So both of these were actually deliveries outside of the zone. The one that I was confused about was this one right here, but no, that's Dustin Loop, and that is that is outside the zone. Sorry. Again, I just woke up, my brain is there. But again, both of these are outside of the zone. I don't have the end picture, that's why I had to start from the beginning, but let me show you the tip that we got for those. Okay, so again, because we're delivering 2 different orders, both of which are outside the zone, these people know this, right? These people know that, right, there's extra fees that are involved. That's why they give it nice tips. Both Peggy and Tara, they were also very nice with their texts as well. I'm not going to include that. But between the 2 of them, $11 is what we were supposed to get. Let me go see what we actually got. During this order, there was actually a bit of a wait, so that's why I was communicating back and forth with both people, because they're, like I said, I'm trying to let you all know what's going on. In this order specifically, I had just picked up 1 order for a customer, and the other order wasn't going to be ready for like 20 minutes, right? So rather than wait like most people would, I told the restaurant, I was like, okay, cool, don't worry about it, I'll be right back. Just make the food in order. I'll be back in about 20 minutes, so don't even worry, right? Took me 18 minutes to go from point A to point B and then get back. So I walked in the door, I had to wait like 2 minutes, and then they bagged the food, they gave it to me, right? So, but that's why you have to just be aware, be very careful not to hit the buttons that you don't want to. Make sure, I'm sorry, again, I'm rambling. Right, this is another indicator that we're outside of the delivery zone. Again, because we live in a mountainous area, service is absolute crap. So I'm gonna have to block this out. But yeah, okay. So as you can see right here, we got a nice tip. Instead of the $11, we ended up getting $13.36 for tips, because again, I was letting people know this is what's going on with the order, right? Like, don't worry, I'll make sure your order's taken care of, right? Yada, yada, yada. The customers were very thankful because this dash specifically took over an hour. Yes, the order took over an hour. The KFC order was ridiculous. We were told, thank you for finding that. We were told literally 3 different times that it was going to be a 21-minute wait. No explanation as to why it was such a long wait, but I kept communicating with the customer. I apologize. Here's what's happening. Would you like a replacement instead of crispy? Would you like original? Okay, they just came back. They said they can no longer do that because they ran out of original, so it's going to be an even longer wait. So I'll make sure that they make you your crispy as ordered, right? So lots of text going back and forth. The customer was very thankful, but again, they adjusted their pay accordingly because they appreciated my customer service, right? But again, as you can see, both of these were deliveries outside of the zone. Both of these get a $2 delivery, so that means that I should have made an extra $4. So this is now either 6 or 7, right? That 6 or 7 deliveries last night where I should have gotten a $2 fee. So we're at either $12 or $14. You're gonna have to correct me. But let me find the next one. Hold on. Okay, here's another one. Screenshot of the dash just ending, and we're outside the zone. So here's another $2. So we're at 7 or 8 now. There we go. There we go. See? So no tip, delivering way outside the zone, and this was a very large order. So it does happen where we don't get tipped, so I don't want you to think, oh, look at all the massive pay that you get on all the, no, like, these are the good screenshots that I'm showing you. I have plenty of $0 tips from last night where I only made like $2 or $3, and, right, like, I'm right, like, I don't mind doing those because I know I'm going to make other tips down the line that are going to cover for these people, and as long as you're not rude, I don't mind bringing the food up to you again, right? Like, I understand that not everybody has all the money in the world, so I'm thankful with whatever I get. So that's actually a video for the future. That'll probably be one of my next ones. The customer, very first customer of the day, $0 tip, called and basically cursed us out because he put the wrong address in the app, and we brought the food to where he wanted it to go, right? But he didn't have the food because, again, he put the wrong address. So that's our fault, apparently. It's not. It's his fault, 100. But again, here's either number 7 or number 8 from just last night. Let me go back and find the other pictures for you. 1 sec. Okay. To verify that there is no tip from the previous screen, here's the one, and here's showing you that we had to deliver way out. Okay, and here's our acceptance of that delivery from out of bounds. Okay, so again, this is either number 7 or number 8. And then here we go. First delivery of the day, option number 9. So $2 delivery to Panda Express. All right, so again, when I go and I show you that, hold on. All right, when I go and I show you that we are supposed to get all of these, see all these greens on the screen? Those are $2 delivery fees we're supposed to get. $2 bonus, $2 bonus, $2 bonus, $2 bonus, $2 Zone X a bonus, $2, right? So again, when I show you that in my market right now, just even when it's not busy, we're supposed to get $2 for leaving the zone, and I showed you 9 examples of where I left the zone and you didn't pay me for them, you now owe me 9 times 2, $18. If it's 8 times 2, I'm sorry, and I accidentally counted one twice, then it's $16 that you owe me. But either way, you owe me $16 or $18. And that's just for my out of bounds delivery fees. That doesn't count all the other fees that you stole from me, like I showed you in the other video. Because these fees, the Zone Exit bonus specifically, is from last night. Okay, so today is Saturday, July 19th. Last night was Friday, July 18th. And let me just go into the delivery app so that way I can see how many deliveries we did. 1 sec. Right, so as you can see, I went and I fixed my completion rate. That's what was messed up for a second. Doordash scammed us hardcore. That's a completely different video, but I gotta, 1 sec. Right, so start time, you can see I started at 2:22 and I dashed until basically 9, almost 7 full hours. Okay, so $154.88 divided by 7, that's roughly, hold on, my brain, it's like 21 or 22, it's $22 an hour roughly. And right, started at 2:22, so that's a lot of twos right there. That's good. Lots of synchronicity there. But as you can see, we did 17 different deliveries. So if you take those 9 deliveries, those 8 deliveries, right, and subtract that from the 17, that's either half or more than half, right? So half of my deliveries, you're supposed to pay me a fee, and you are charging the customer the fee, but you're not giving me the fee itself. So you're stealing from me, and you're lying to the customer, and you're basically making the customer believe that I'm getting something that I'm not. So it's affecting their tip as well, because some people will not tip because they see that I'm getting charged $15, $17 in fees already, and you have an expanded range fee, which means I'm paying for you to come out here anyways. You should be getting this, right? Like, I'm not giving you any more money because I see already this much for the delivery fee and this much for the expanded delivery fee. Those very clearly say delivery fee. You, the delivery driver, are lying to me when you say that you don't get these fees. I'm not giving you any more money. Like, this has literally happened to me before. Like, people have yelled this to me in my face. I show them a picture of the $0 tip. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm showing you my proof. That's a different video. I have that on the computer. That'll be for an $8 tip was stolen from me from Papa John's, and I have the evidence of that. So that's a different video. I'll give that to you here in the future. But again, last night, 8 or 9 different deliveries should have had the $2 fee applied. Oh, the one delivery was a double delivery. So yes, that's why there's 9. So yes, 9 Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Well, you see, Mountain Dew's coming out with a new flavor. You know what that means, people? You need to stock up on food and medical supplies, because there's going to be rioting out there every single time a new flavor comes out. Other people act up, so protect yourself. But again, this video, sorry that it went as long as it did. It's just I gave you an example of this is the fee to watch out for. Look for it. This is how you look for it in your market. This is what it should be in my market. These are the pictures and evidence that I have to verify that this is what it should be, and that I was in fact receiving it up until recently, and that I should still be receiving it, because nothing's changed on my part. I'm still delivering all the way outside of the zone. The only thing that's changed is now Doordash is not giving me these fees, fees that we are legally 100% entitled to. They don't get any part of that. We get all of it. In my market specifically, like I said, it's $2 a delivery unless there is bad or inclement weather, or there holidays, because sometimes, like the 4th of July, the streets were littered with smoke and fireworks, and people were just in the streets, and it was a nightmare to get around. So we didn't do deliveries that day because fires and fire trucks and police officers were all over. People, like I said, it was a nightmare. Nobody got hurt, thankfully, that we were aware of, but lots of rights violations going on. So like I said, on this specifically, DoorDash stole about $18 from us just in the out-of-bounds delivery bonus fee, and that does not count any of the other fees that they've stolen from us and any tips that they've stolen from us, okay? So this is just the one singular fee. Thank you all for watching. If you have not done so, do me a favor, like the video and subscribe. We just got to 20 total subscribers. This video actually has 45 people have seen it, so I appreciate that. That's crazy. The last video, so last time I checked on it, there was like 7 people that saw it, so that's quite a jump. Thank you. But that brings me back to my next part. Is there's 20 of you that have subscribed so far. That means that right here, new viewers, there's a ton of new viewers, right? Thank you all for watching. The returning viewers, though, there's 131 of you who are, like, I checked it a couple of days ago and it was like 60 people, and it's basically doubled. So 131 of you are coming back and watching my content. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you don't have to, but you do, right? And like I said, just in the last month, we've gotten 14 new subscribers. Okay, so we're at 20 subscribers so far. Thank you all for watching. You all have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for letting me take up your time. If you are a delivery driver, video is specifically 100% related to you. You need to protect yourself. Take screenshots. Get a GoPro if you need to. Get a dash cam. Right. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that you cover your butt. Start verifying everything at the end of the night, because I'm going to start doing that now, because like I said, I didn't do this last night. I didn't realize that Doordash stole $18 just in the out of bounds fees from me. So that's a quarter tank of gas for me. That's huge. That's a meal for my family at any restaurant or any fast food restaurant, you know, like that's huge. That's a lot of money. And that's how you guys are doing this every night. And I've caught this over and over, and I've told you this multiple times for months and months and months on end, Doordash. So you guys are going to pay. Not just me, but you're going to pay. So again, thank you all for watching. Have a good day.